RPTE right from dictation listening practice. A celebrated theory is still the source of great controversy. I thought a good architecture should be useful, durable, and beautiful. A group of meeting will be held tomorrow in the library conference room. A massive accumulation of data was converted into a communicable argument. A number of students have volunteer jobs. A party is thrown in the small meeting room. A person's educational level is closely associated with their social and economic background. A recent article shows a number of interesting experiments. A very basic feature of computing is counting and calculating. A very basic function of computing is counting and calculating. Academic problems cause a rise in employment. The aerial photographs were promptly registered for thorough evaluation. Affordable housing is an important issue for all members of society. Agenda items should be submitted by the end of the day. All answers must be examined and supported by relevant theory. All dissertations must be accompanied with a submission form. Our view is that educational reforms have been inadequately implemented. All industries are system of inputs, processes, outputs and feedback. All industries consist of systems as inputs, processes, outputs, and feedback. All of the assignments should be submitted in person to the faculty office. All of your assignments are due on Wednesday. All staff must leave from the fire hydrant exit. All students are expected to attend 10 lab sessions per semester. All students need to attend no less than 10 labs per semester. All the educational reforms have been inadequately implemented. All writers are consciously or unconsciously representing their own culture. Although sustainable development is not easy, it is an unavoidable responsibility. Americans have found the growth progressive of quantitative terms. Americans have progressively defined the process of plant growth and reproductive development in quantitative terms. An aerial photograph was promptly registered for federal evaluations. An ancient text may hold secrets which were lost centuries ago. The archaeologist's new discovery stands out in previous overlooked foundations. An introduction is an essential element of presentation. And in that regard, as well as in other regards, it stands as an important contribution. Animals raised in captivity behave differently from their wild counterparts. Article numbers are collected through interesting experiments. Artists, other than politicians, played their own role as critics of culture. The assignments should be submitted to the department before the deadlines. Attracting skilled workers to the city with expensive housing is hard. Avoid confusing the causes and effects of these changes. Before attending the classes, you must register online or by post. Before completing the exercise, you need to read the remaining chapters. Before submitting your dissertation, your advisor must approve your application. His appointment to Minister of Culture was seen as a demotion. Behind the group, there is a flat cart drawn by mules. The article reflects a number of very interesting experiments. Behind the garage, there is a flat cart drawn by mules. Below the heating controls in the middle, there is a small round plastic button. Books for children often contain many bits of illustration. Caged camera to see the fish. Career opportunities in this field are quite limited. Carefully rub contact lenses with your fingers for a thorough cleanse. Employment figures are expected to be improved in the next few years. We hold visiting tours throughout the year for students. Celebrity is still the great source of controversy. Certain scientific principles must be learned verbally or by logical deduction. Chemistry building is located at the entrance to campus. Climate change is a fierce phenomenon concentrated by scientists. Climate change is becoming an acceptable phenomenon amongst the group of reputable scientists. Climate change is now acceptable phenomenon among a group of reputable scientists. Clinical placements in nursing prepare students for professional practice. Clinical placements in nursing prepare students in practical practices. Companies want to protect their brands from negative comments. Competition for places in the course is fierce. Competition for places in this course is fierce. Conferences ought to be always scheduled 2 weeks in advance. Conferences ought to be scheduled 2 weeks in advance. Consumer confidence has a direct influence on sales. Control systems in manufacturing provide a high level of accuracy. Radio is a popular form of entertainment throughout the world. Convincing evidence to support this theory is hard to obtain. Cosmetics and plastic surgery often evokes images of famous personalities. Could you please prepare a medical certificate for me to submit to my manager? Coursework and exam will form part of the annual assessment. Create a playlist of your favorite music to help you relax in difficult situations. Daily practice can build confidence and improve skills. Demand and supply are fundamental elements of economics. Demand and supply are one of the fundamental factors in economics. Despite the protest, the chemistry department was closed down. Despite their differences, all forms of life share certain characteristics. Do not know if there is a plural, but I do not seem to have. Early streams of economic in the Roman Republic will be examined. Eating too much can lead to many health problems. Economic problems caused a big rise in unemployment. Economic status of early Roman Republic will be examined. Educational level is found to be related to social and economic backgrounds. 8 groups need to submit the outlines of their projects to their tutors. Elections of president take place once every 4 years. Equality has not yet been achieved in this society. Essays are easy once research is finished. Evaluation forms will be reviewed by university personnel. Even if you have used cosmetics for years without problems, one or more ingredients can still trigger an allergic reaction. Everyone must evacuate the premises during the fire drill. Many experts think that the world climate is constantly changing in the world. Experts believe that industrial development will help the economy. Fashion trends help people to make life interesting. Final year business students have to write a 5,000-word essay on market trends. Fashion trends always help people to get more interesting. Free campus tours run daily during summer for prospective students. Freshwater creatures did not appear in the paintings until the modern period. Geography is generally divided into 2 main branches, human and physical. Good research delivers practical benefits for real people. Good research delivers practical knowledge to real people. Government reforms have been proposed at all levels. Graduates from this course typically pursue careers in financial sector. Graduates from this course find careers in the financial sector. Graduates from this field usually pursue careers in financial fields. Graduates of journalism can get a job in the communication field. Graduates want to find works related to their field. He has landed the job in a prestigious law firm. He is regarded as the foremost economist this year. He landed a job in a very prestigious law firm. He started his tutorial presentation right on time. He was not the only one to call for a legal reform in the 16th century. He was regarded as the foremost economist at his time. Heavy rain will fall across the city next week. Higher numbers of patients were infected during previous outbreaks of illness. Human beings compete with other living things for resources and space. Hundreds of millions of dollars are spent each year promoting unhealthy foods. Hundreds of scientific papers have been published on global warming. I thought it was through the small meeting room. I thought we would meet in the small meeting room. Identity theft happens to thousands of people every day. Identity theft happens to thousands of people every year. If finance is a cause of concern, scholarships may be available. The paper challenged many previously accepted theories. If it helps to take notes to concentrate, please do so. If taking notes helps your concentration, please do it. If you are not sure, call Student Services for help. If you are not sure, phone Student Services for help. If you need additional help, visit the Student Resource Center. If you seek for further extension, contact your faculty for more information. If you use anger as a tool too often, people will learn to avoid you. Important details in the article are missing from the summary. In addition to the course's requirements, students must pass the qualification examinations. Increasing population results in an increasing demand for energy. Inflation affects the demand, pricing and consumption of most products. Interim grades will be posted on the board outside the student lounge. If it helps to take notes in order to concentration, please do so. Tribes vied with each other to build up monolithic statues. It is absolutely vital that you acknowledge all your sources. It is being made to reduce harmful emissions. It is hard to anticipate all the characters that were in the act. It is important for students to keep up with the deadline. It is important to allocate your time wisely when revising. It is really a comprehensive program covering both theory and practice. It is really a comprehensive program that covers both theory and practice. It is strictly required to submit the assignment by Friday. It is very likely that space travel will become popular in the private sector. It may not be possible to solve the problem easily. It was hard to anticipate how all the different characters would react. Law is beneficial to investors by protecting their rights and avoiding any improper actions in the market.